talk about the main topic, which is capes.
Capes. Ooh,
Capes.
Capes
Which is
are cool.
cape. Yeah, capes are very cool. They mean that you are all awesome. But in this case,
Basically,
superheroes,
yeah.
they mean even more. So Logan, take it away, please, with the
Well,
capes.
basically, they do mean that you're awesome, actually. Those capes, as we say now. At first, why didn't the Pope characters had capes at the beginning? Because they were, more of them were vigilantes that hide into the shadows, so they had either coats and stuff like that, more normal clothes. But then with the superheroes, the idea comes from actually one of the ideas comes from the same place that the trunks come
Hmm.
actually. So where do those things come from? Well, from the strong men that people,
We
most
should
people
do
of
a
the
separate video
comic
about the
books.
trunks,
We should, yeah.
We should. Hail Joey!
Hey Joey. So the people who like, like she's like Schuster and Siegel and Bob Kane and Billfinger and all the others were watching while they grow up. Those strong men in the circus that could bend steel and were, looking great in physique and things like that. They had the trunks, but they also entering the scene. Some of them had a cape. So they
Ooh.
had like a cape and then take it off to show off the physique. So they were
Uh-huh.
actually
So it was a
going out to
show
the
thing.
yes at first.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the things.
Just like
Uh,
wrestlers.
exactly,
Mm.
exactly. Well, it was that basically. Wrestling actually originated in circuses, but anyway, as
Oh.
a show, yes, as a show, not the sport thing. Um, so then another of the things is that uh, if you go back to ancient Rome or some of the ancient warriors, but let's stick to Rome. Now, you have all the legionnaire. Thank you.
Legionnaires.
Yes, but the one who is leading them, the centurion, actually has what? Well, a cape.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's used also to show a higher rank there, but for the superhero to show a higher confidence, higher spirit. So to show that it's something more than the ordinary human. Oh, we're picking up a centurion then, yeah. Okay.
Keep
So
talking,
to
please.
show to show that it's something more than the ordinary human, to differentiate that the centurion from the normal soldiers, and in that case, also to make a difference between the superhero and the normal people, to show you what you could be. I mean, as a legionnaire, could you become a centurion one day if you're good enough? You could, right? So that's the same thing also with the superheroes. From a normal person, can you actually, if you have that confidence and you believe in yourself and your skills and you become the best version of yourself, can you actually become the superhero? You can, and essentially wear your cape. You know, that's another thing. So from the legionnaires, from the centurions, actually, from the uh, strongmen that were having it, and of course uh, from the that's a cool centurion right there.
Oh yes.
Looks like Superman.
Yeah.
And of course, to if we go back to the art of the things, well, capes were a very they are very cool to draw, and they're a very cool way to actually show movement to for the reader to be able to see the movement. Now, when you draw, for example, Superman, he was one of the first characters who could actually, leap tall buildings
Mm-hmm.
before he was able to fly, of course. But to show that speed and the jumping over the buildings, you need to show the movement so that it's believable. Because this is not like it's not like a character that you have like the Shadow before that, who is the first superhero who wore a tight suit, but he didn't have superpowers. You don't need to draw that specific movement for it. But for Superman, you need it. So the cape was actually a cool way to, when you draw it, to show the movement.
Mm-hmm.
How is it moving? That something is happening there, essentially. That's the art side of thing. And of course, as we say, it shows that the superhero is something more than the other people. Why some superheroes don't wear? Not because they are less, but because it doesn't fit to who they are. You know, it fits, for example, Batman because he needs to stick to the shadow. That's That's essentially his power. He'll do that, and he sticks to shadow. Spawn has a very cool cape
Mm-hmm.
uh, for that, which also is part of his powers. So in the cases of those characters, those specific characters that actually have a cape, there, if you think about it, they're never those street level characters. Spider-Man doesn't have that. Daredevil doesn't have one. So this is specifically for the characters who have to be above human to become the Ubermensch, actually, for which Superman was inspired.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the what it signifies. It signifies that you're something more. That's why you have this. That's why it's the difference. It's not just a cool accessory. Usually people who can't understand the cape, they look at the realistic side of things, but what, it's not very practical. But it has a different purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't be realistic about that. It has a different purpose, different symbolism. Uh, Much like, as I said, in the part of the ancient Rome, it shows that there is the guy who is different, who is the leader. You should be able to know that this is him, because if you just look to the legionaries, you don't know who that is.
Yeah, I also think that the cape symbolizes basically wings
That's
and
true, yes.
yeah, the ability to rise above
Mm-hmm.
everything. It's a
Yeah.
symbol of that because
Mm-hmm.
the way that it makes you feel also when you wear a cape is very
Mm-hmm.
different than anything else that you can wear on your body.
Yeah.
And I do know because when I had my Supergirl costume made, and first I was just walking around and I see how the cape is doing this behind me, and just so
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Indeed.
It's hefty, it has a weight to it, which is also kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel just unbelievable. Like
Indeed,
it's
yeah.
it's amazing feeling. So it does have a lot to do with your psyche as well and how you feel, your confidence levels,
Mm-hmm.
and that you really feel powerful and yeah, like something more. It's like basically you have some kind of a power within you, but you're
Mm-hmm.
afraid to unleash it. But with the cape, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I am now authorized to be myself and to
Exactly.
unleash my power. That's
Yeah.
how you feel.
If you look at other characters who actually have a cape, it's not just Superman. Sentry has a cape. Sentry is more than human.
Mm.
Hyperion also, who is kind of like Superman.
Hey, Peter,
Hy-
that's a very cool name.
Hyperion, yes, he's essentially Marvel's Superman. He has a cape. Icon from DC also has a cape. Martian Manhunter, who is not even a man. So yeah, he's Hyperion over there. Yes,
Well, he's a Martian Manhunter, so
exactly.
this is Hyperion.
Yeah, that's
This is
Hyperion.
Hyperion.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, but I don't like how he looks like.
Gladiator from from the Shi'ar Empire from DC. From DC, from Marvel, he also has a cape. So if we really look too closely to the characters who actually wear a cape, it's nobody who is like street level indeed. It's Who else was I thinking? Oh, Magneto, for example. Magneto is not exactly a hero, but he's wearing a cape. Why? He believes that he's more than the humans because he is Homo superior, which
Mm-hmm.
still sounds kind of weird, by the way. so,
Yeah,
so,
it
so
does.
yeah,
It does
Homo
sound
superior, right? Yeah, yeah,
almost
well,
superior.
yeah, but he does believe that he's more than that, because he's a mutant. So he does believe I could be the leader of the mutants. I have one of the best powers over there.
Yeah, so a cape is
Mm,
connected not to inherently being good or whatever.
it's what you think about yourself too.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like what you it could be a few things.
Yeah.
It could be what you represent
Mm.
to yourself or the world. It could be your power level, and it
Mm.
could be some kind of a authority.
Yeah, Mike, for example, is asking, do Cape and Cowl count like Doctor Doom has a cape and Cowl, Doctor Strange has a cape? Exactly, Doctor Doom. Why is he wearing the cape? He believes that he's something more. He's the leader of Latveria. He thinks that he's the most intelligent person on Earth. He believes that he's one step above. Doctor Strange has the cape because, first of all, well, that's one part of his powers. That's the cape that gives him the power of flight, but also he's the sorcerer supreme. He's already more than a man. So that cape shows that too.
Yeah, but why the cowl? Is what
In the
is what
case
Mike
of
asked.
Doctor Doom,
Mm-hmm.
well, here I think it's so that it kind of looks more evilish.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Skeletor, although he was created before Skeletor, but maybe that's why Skeletor has it looks more evil, more menacing. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's much like Magneto's helmet. Can you imagine Magneto without the helmet, just with cape?
Yeah.
If you see it and you don't know that it's a bad guy, you're not going to say, "Well, that's a bad guy." You can say, "Well, maybe that's a hero." Yeah, yeah. But in the
Well,
case of
Mike
Doctor Doom,
says
yeah.
when the Silver Surfer earned his cape.
Oh,
Well,
that would be a good question.
well, you can't put a cape on a speedster. You just can't.
Silver Surfer.
The Silver Surfer. Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
not Quicksilver.
Not
Yes,
Quicksilver.
Silver
Sorry.
Surfer.
Okay. Silver Surfer with the cape. It wouldn't make sense because he is supposed to be all metal. So how is that gonna?
From the power cosmic. Well, he means because he's above human, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
He is
sure, sure.
more powerful. I think that this is because they use the surf thingy as
It,
the movement and
it's the cape.
as the cape.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if you put that
that's
behind his
actually
back, that's just gonna look
yeah. If you
crazy.
take off
Not gonna
the
make sense.
surf and you put a cape, then we have a deal. But with the cape with the surf, kind of not going to make sense. So I think that they use that for the cape to kind of make a difference between that.
Yeah, so
Mm.
sometimes you do have to make some kind of a compromise because for some characters it just doesn't fit.
Mm.
Just doesn't.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
I don't know if somebody made Silver Surfer with cape.
Nobody thought of it.
Yeah,
Right.
the surfer is
The surf is the
the
cape
surf
in
is the
that
cape.
case, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you won't be able to see the silhouette of his
Mm,
body
mm.
and his physique because
Yeah,
everything's gonna be the same color.
you kind of have to change the whole design indeed.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea is that he's encased into that power cosmic that that makes him silvery, and also to add a cape would be really too much. Doctor Doom without cow, I would imagine Destro from GI Joe, says Michael. Totally right. So probably that's the way they decide, okay, well, no, we need the cow. It looks menacing indeed. Destro from GI Joe, it is menacing in his own way, but I think that's because Doctor Doom was there before that, and if they put a cow on Destro, then kind of would look the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine that.
Also, a cape is something that can symbolize both. I mean, could be a symbol for good and evil
Mm-hmm.
because it symbolizes power. So you can have power and extract power from good and from evil, but it's going to have a different aspect to it.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing. It's a sheer demonstration, but it
Mm-hmm.
could be both good and evil,
Yeah. Exactly.
which
Caesar
is
Caesar was wearing a cape during his battles. When he was on the battlefield, again to show power. But if you go back to the gladiators,
they didn't
they didn't.
because for them that's gonna be a very bad thing since
Indeed.
anybody can grab it or stab it
Indeed.
and use it.
Also, walking
Yeah.
out of the on the arena, they can't look as if they have more power than Caesar and some of the other guys. Yeah, in that case would be both impractical
Mm-hmm.
and also kind of not allowed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really the cape shows really good actually the power, as you said, of that, and it could be both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, isn't it Roman capes? Maybe they're not that long. I'm not sure. If they're too long, there's gonna be a really
I think
big
they're not
problem.
that long, the Centurion ones. I think they're not. And at the beginning, they were also not that long with superheroes, actually.
Oh
Superman
yeah.
at the beginning had a shorter cape in comic books, you know. So I think with the years, they decided now we can make it longer. And specifically in the 90s, it became a very cool accessory to draw. As Todd McFarlane used to say, capes are very cool to draw. So
Yeah,
that's why in Spawn has it.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. They're very cool. But what else did you discover actually when you researched the capes history?
Mostly that actually, that it comes from the ancient Rome, and much like the bodysuit constellation Greece and the widened eyes from there the capes was usually it was specifically.
Ew. Sorry, guys.
Bless you. It was specifically that and the significance of power and and what it shows. And as you said, that was a good example, and that was there by the way in
Thanks,
the
Mike.
research that you feel that power when you are wearing the cape yourself. It
Yeah.
just shows it to you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, have you ever worn a long cape?
No, actually.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
wear mine cape, man.
Okay, it's not, if
But there's
it's
no way
detachable.
to attach it to you,
Yeah,
so it's attached to the costume, like with clips. Like
yeah, we make another cape.
I don't
For
know
some other suits.
who else
Yeah,
gonna make that.
I use a curtain. I suppose.
Curtain. Oh no, that's too heavy. That's too
Hey,
heavy.
just
You're gonna walk
just
like
check
this.
out. Yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, it's
Thank you,
I
Declan.
forgot. Yeah, it's used also for the heroes that need to show some sort of a flight, not just because the art, but because again it looks as if you have wings. That's why usually heroes who can't fly don't use it, with some exceptions like Invincible, for
I was
example.
gonna say let's talk about Invincible
Yeah,
because we're
with some
about to watch
exceptions.
Invincible,
Mm.
and he is a hero. Why
Yeah,
doesn't he have a cape? His father
his
does.
father does. Yeah, but what's the name of his father? Omni Man.
Yeah.
Omni what means? Well, more than a human.
Uh,
So that's what he believes is Invincible still doesn't have that belief actually. Also, I think it's because
oh, Is that like Superman believes
mm,
that he is more than a
no,
human?
no.
He thinks himself to be a human completely.
Yeah, but he accepts the fact that he's not just that he's not just human. Whereas with Invincible, it's kind of hard for him usually to accept that fact. Also, Kirkman really wanted his character to look more like Spider-Man. That's the big inspiration behind Invincible. Actually, that's why he could never get a break, and you know, uh, also to he wanted while fighting for his character when he's beat up to look like not so big of a he will be beaten
Mm-hmm.
many times, so he should look like a hero that you are able to do this with him,
Mm-hmm.
to him actually, not like Superman. That's the difference there. That's why Kirkman decided, no, if we put a cape, not only him actually, I forget, Mark Bagley was the artist, who is
Mm-hmm.
also the co-creator, so that's why he decided for that design. Well, no cape. Also, he's still a boy.
Oh yeah.
uh we are not there with the men yet. That's also the cape also signifies in manhood.
Yeah, because Invincible is very, how to say this, he's not mature.
No, no, no,
He's not mature
exactly.
yet.
We are not there.
He's not ready for all
He
the
didn't
things.
earn the cape. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not ready. Superman, for example, is ready to take that. Sometimes he actually has to kill somebody if it happens, which happened in the comic books. He had to kill the Zod and two other Kryptonians who essentially told him otherwise we just come back, and there was a person in comic books who told him, I think it was some kind of alien, who said basically something like, you're too much of a Boy Scout, you don't have the balls to kill.
Uh-huh.
And he told him, oh, but I have killed, and I had to do it. And he tells him that story about the Zod and the others, which he kills by poisoning them with kryptonite,
Mm-hmm.
because he had to.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had to live with the consequences, but he was ready to take it. He was ready to do that. How many times impossible? How many things happened before Invincible actually decided, okay, well, I have to kill? How many things happened before that? He wasn't ready. He wanted to escape from that the whole time. And no, 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 I don't want to do it. No, 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 I don't want to
No,
do
he
it.
was kind of like a brat at times.
Indeed, indeed. The idea is, again, the idea is Spider-Man. The idea of him
Him.
was, I want to create like a character who has the powers of Superman, but it's kind of like Spider-Man in that sense, to struggle between the two. Oh, my normal life, or this
He
life,
still doesn't
or
have the
yeah.
power of Superman,
And he still
but
doesn't have the powers. And
it's a
that's what
fraction
Robert
of
Kirkman
it.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a fraction.
Yes.
If we talked about this is a separate topic, but if a
Mm.
Kryptonian has a fight with the Viltrumite, the
Oh,
Viltrumite's gonna
totally,
be dead
totally. Yes.
completely.
Yeah.
They
Now, why? If we go to the future mites, actually, now, uh,
they don't have capes.
right.
Yeah, none of them.
But in season 4,
Except the main guy.
we'll
Yeah.
see the main guy. I forgot his name actually.
Drax?
Haven't
No Drax. No Drax.
crack, crack,
Crack.
crack.
Something.
Something like, guys, help us out. I
Yeah.
read the comic book a long time ago,
Yeah.
and actually only once. He has a cape again. Why?
He's the most powerful.
Power, the most powerful. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yeah. Much like if you look at all the other guys around Invincible, the other guys in the group of when his father was working in that group with the other superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, only Omni-Man again had a cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, the others didn't. The Immortal didn't have one. None of the other guys actually. So again, believed to here he is. Believed to be the most powerful of them all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Top 10 invincible power.
Yeah, he's the most powerful for
You're going to
sure.
see spoilers like
Okay.
that.
I'm just looking for a good picture.
Well, I saw a big spoiler right there.
I
Good thing
did.
that I know. Yes.
I didn't
Okay,
actually. I
okay.
didn't understand what I'm seeing,
Good,
so
good, good.
it's all good.
Good.
Hey, hi to Anawak,
Hey, Anwar.
Beatbox. They're going to make Bruce Banner turn into Grey Hulk in Brand New Day because the green was stupid. Well, it's a different universe, different people making these things. But by this point, I wouldn't be that much of. I mean, that's surprised if that actually happens. But yeah, one is DC, one is Marvel. They wouldn't do that to Hulk, I don't think. But
I
yeah,
mean, they did so many bad things to Hulk already, so
yeah, changing his color
I
would not be a huge
mean,
surprise.
also it's not going to be exactly gray. I'm sure that it's going to be the green, but just with gray color. It's not going to be the gray one who is also known as a bit more of a douchebag Hulk. Yeah. I
Yeah,
would like to see the real gray Hulk, like in the animation show in comic books, but we're probably not going to see that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Green Lanterns don't have cape except for the original one, but that's a different concept.
Well, I don't know, Green Lantern and a cape.
No, no, no. They should look like they're more like police officers, how do you say? So
Yeah.
they actually should look unified.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
in
if
that
all
case.
wear capes, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Hey,
Thomas.
Thomas, welcome to the first monetized stream on the channel.
Yeah, indeed. So did you find out his name? Was it Crack, Creek, Crook,
No, I didn't.
Craig,
Hold on, let's see.
Krugaburu?
What?
Something.
Krugaburu. Track.
Drac. Oh, okay. We were close with Drax and Crack.
Yeah,
Okay, it was like a
with
combo of the two.
these crazy names. Track it is.
Drac it is.
Great. Oh, I totally forgot. Actually, there was a very good point that you made. Wanted to say something about it and I forgot.
About the future mice.
Yeah. God damn it.
That they don't have a cape.
Yeah, well, I do think that that is a very subconscious choice of every creator that ever created a superhero,
Yeah.
whether they should have a cape or not. It's very conscious. So within all of us, we have this mentality about capes. Somehow, it's integrated within all of us who should have a cape and who shouldn't. It's like an instinct kind of a thing, which is very interesting when you think about it.
Yeah.
So it is connected to wings.
It is connected to wings and the flying because really, if you put the cape on Spider-Man, it will look stupid while he's flying, web slinging around the city.
Mhm.
They'll probably try that, but here is another thing for him. You know that on the cover of Amazing Fantasy number 15 that we saw recreated in Brand New Day trailer, and people think the movie is going to be great just because of that. Okay. That cover was, and at first actually, Jack Kirby drew Spider-Man, not Steve Ditko. There was one, like promotional shot that it was Jack Kirby, the famous Jack Kirby, and he made him to look too heroic,
Mm-hmm.
all muscular and stuff like that. And Stanley said he looks too heroic.
How can
I don't
you?
want him to look like that still. So, because he kind of has to look more like, this believable everyday man, because
Mhm.
he'll have problems, the school and the other things. So, still not to look all that much heroic. So, even the musculature will show that. Combine it with the cape, and we have a great hero. Uh, that's why the cape is not for every character, indeed. Not that they don't look cool, not that they don't like Spider-Man, but he doesn't deserve the cape yet. Much like the Green Lanterns, they should be unified. This should be like a uniform that they're wearing. That's why no cape. If you put a cape to all of them, it's as if we have some kind of more of a cosmic power, that force thingy, that it will be way too much. They will look way too menacing, I think. It shouldn't be like maybe one who is like the Centurion actually, but none of them has that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a particular quality.
Hmm.
Deserve is not maybe exactly the
Not
word.
exactly.
It's just you have to be a particular type of being
Hmm.
that carries himself or herself in a particular way to
Well,
wear a
like
cape.
Sanguinius, who has the wings,
Wings, yeah.
Mhm.
But if we're going to dig into the wings symbolism, then we're gonna get into a lot of spiritual talk about why do we all have the same inner compass about who has to have a cape and
Hmm.
who doesn't. That's very interesting thing when you think about why is this so embedded in our subconsciousness of all people, because when you ask somebody they will always have an idea who should have a cape and who shouldn't
Hmm.
somehow,
Hmm.
especially if you create your own hero. And if you start to dig into it, it starts to get like deeper and deeper and deeper, and all of a sudden a cape is not just something that hangs off your back, but it's
Yeah.
much more.
Did your
So that's
character
that's
have
why
a,
this topic is so interesting.
Did your character have a cape?
Of course.
Black man.
Yeah, Black Man, the character that I
Okay.
invented when I was a little
Black
kid.
man.
Black Man. He's not a black man. He's a white man who is all black and moves in the shadows always. And he's very big, muscular. He has, I mean, everything is black. He just has this slits for the eyes, just like
So
Batman.
that's kind of like nobody from the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles. Okay.
like
Just with
like that.
superpowers.
Yeah, yeah, with
Okay.
superpowers. His cape is all shadowy,
Hmm.
basically, and it's never like in one particular shape. It always
No.
twists and turns and just blends with the wall,
And how did he
basically.
get those powers?
I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a
Well,
kid.
you can make a new origin then.
Yeah.
Thomas says, as the little lady for Incredible said, no capes. Why did she said that?
Where did you say that? Yeah.
Because again, it was that understanding that they're no practical for a specific type of characters. In the case of those characters from the Incredibles, capes wouldn't be none of them is flying.
Mm-hmm.
None of them is flying. Mr. Incredible was super powerful. He could, jump, do stuff. He doesn't need a cape. His wife, I forget her name, she
She just
was
stretches.
elastic. None of the Fantastic Four actually has a cape. It just doesn't fit. It should also fit the character and what you try to show. As we said, you need to show with the cape that these heroes are, well, something more.
Also, Mike said Green Lantern is just a human without the power of will,
Mm.
which isn't an entity, it isn't cosmic, it, it isn't magical, it is emotional.
Mm.
If he became more than human, the emotion wouldn't be as strong or would be different in the least.
Actually, Hal Jordan had a cape when he became Parallax.
Ah,
Parallax, the evil Hal Jordan, the when he got possessed by that evil entity and he killed off a lot of people, and he was really, well, sad about that. Parallax had a cape. Here we go over there. Yeah, yes,
uh-huh.
you see.
Yeah,
And why there he had a cape?
yeah,
Because now he had more power and he thought he's something more. He believed he in that case the cape showed more power of, but this time of evil. That was the other side.
mm-hmm.
That was what made him different. Exactly those emotions that you said, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. Here we see the difference. I keep forgetting that he had a cape,
And
man.
also, Batman is only a human, but what
Yeah.
he does and what he's able to accomplish is a lot more than any human would ever think
Mm.
to do. Most people don't think outside the box,
Yeah.
and Batman is the epitome of thinking outside the box,
Yeah.
which makes him literally achieve things that people will never achieve.
Mm.
So that makes him more than
And
human from
also,
that aspect.
in that case, the cape helps him to stick to the shadows, and also when he jumps and he spreads out, it's his wings.
Yeah,
So again, it looks
again,
like yeah,
wings.
again
Yeah.
wings. Here we go.
So we're getting to
Mm.
that again spiritual aspect because when we dig into that, we know that there's fallen angels
Mm.
and there are angels, and both have wings. Although you say, well, if an angel falls, he will lose their wings. That's more like a metaphor. But they all have like one are black and one
Yeah.
are not. One are white the good soul. They all have that because they switch polarities. They switched how they thought about the world, how they perceive humanity, and what they think that they should do for humanity, or work against, or with humanity, or for
Mm.
humanity. It's just very, but it still comes from this very high level, uh, you know, top view, uh, you know, of humanity and what you should do if you hate what we do, if you love what we do. I mean, from angel or opposite of angel
Mm.
aspect, and it's still a position of power in comparison to us. So wings slash capes, when we translate that into our mentality, turning into capes, that's still symbolizes the same thing. It's still a form of power, whether that power be good or evil. That's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Actually, there was a moment in which Spawn had angel wings because he became something like an angelic figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't remember that was a long time ago, but so essentially he got rid of the cape and he had big angel wings. I still remember there was a figure of that and he looked awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine the muscular Spawn with, the black suit and the spikes and the thing, but then big angel wings that he had. It looked amazing. So that was a moment in which he actually became something more than something better. And then Todd McFarlane decided, nah, capes again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And Mike says Batman also has cape for tech. Aside from tech, Batman's more than human in that he has a method to defeat every more than human.
Well, that's Prep Man, not Batman. Yeah,
Yeah, that's prep man.
that's Prep Man.
Yeah.
He also has it because don't forget he tries to look like something more than human for the criminals who are, a
Superstitious.
superstitious, yeah,
Yeah,
lot
superstitious.
as he says about them. So for them, he must look like something more than human. He must look like this big batty creature there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, batty.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's also a thing. I mean, he knows how to use that
Hmm.
as a symbol.
Yeah.
So that's the significance there, and he should, try to do that in a tech kind of a way because he
Hmm.
can protect himself
Hmm.
when he does like this, that,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the closest thing to the shadow actually we got, because I said none of the because the progenitors of those characters are really the Pulp Fiction guys, like the Shadow. There was one actually called the Spider. Um, even guys like Flash Gordon, John Carter of Mars, who actually had superpowers. Um, who was it? Doc Savage, who deserves his own movie. Uh, and all those guys who didn't have those suits. They were normal guys, most of them vigilantes, normal clothes, just like a scarf or something like that, a hat like the shadow. But they were normal guys. You can't put cape to those, right? Could you put cape to the Green Hornet, for example? Again, no,
Oh
no,
God, no.
no. It doesn't fit. These are normal guys that are doing normal vigilantism, let's say it. And then one day you make Superman, who is the first with a cape, and you know instantly that this is something different.
Oh yeah, and this
It's
guy should have a cape.
yeah, and he should have a cape. Can you imagine Superman without a cape? Like
No,
no,
what?
yeah.
No.
I I remember there was one episode in the animated show when he didn't have it because I think he was fighting that the parasite, and he was like in something of a folio around him so that he can't grab him and siphon his powers. But he was able to tear it apart, and he had no cape, and he said, that is kind of weird now. It doesn't. Yeah.
Why the tick
Like,
has no cape?
yeah.
Because he's just a tick. A tick doesn't have a
The
cape.
tick.
In general, tick are disgusting creatures that I hate so much because they're super dangerous. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the tick is just a funny, goofy guy.
Ridiculous. He's a funny, goofy guy. Yes. Also, he can't fly. Don't forget. Arthur can. He's sidekick, but he has the wings there on his back.
Ah,
But that's a goofy character. Don't forget.
yeah.
These are parodies of
And he
characters.
has not angelic wings, just insect wings.
Insect wings. Yes,
It's
and
very
people think
important.
he's a bunny, but he's a moth.
Ah, disgusting.
Actually, yes.
But Mike says quite a bit deeper than most people would ever think of. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is superhero truth. That
Mm,
that is the idea of the whole channel. Uh, for us, it's super important that we explore deeper whatever we can about the heroes, and we understand them to like their core, literally, and what their story mean, and what the author wanted to say, and everything that we can actually dig up in terms of meaning, because meaning is the most important thing about anything that we love, about any piece of art, media, whatever it is. If something is deprived of meaning, then it has no value, and therefore you shouldn't invest in it. But when a character is amazing and they represent something that actually matters, this could actually change how you view the world and inspire you to be a better person, and that makes a true impact on how you carry yourself, how you interact with the world, what example you're giving to the rest of people that interact with you. And this could change a lot of people depending on how
mm,
you do it. If you are so affected positively by a superhero, if you understand, of course, what is applicable to the real world, not obviously be crazy and go and try to be a vigilante or
yeah.
something, but make a true difference in the world, how you help others with whatever tools you are given, and the way that you actually realize that you can help, just like we are helping here each other on
Mm,
YouTube. And Mike does a superhero thing, like Tsunami
yeah.
said, takes I mean get his cape on, and he goes and helps
Exactly.
others, and this all started with how I help Mike, and just a beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
Everybody's putting his cape on.
So
Yeah.
even on a smaller scale, this actually could change, everybody's lives. It's changing our lives right now, and it's changing your life, Mike, because obviously you're getting monetized and all those things, and in the future that can grow to something beautiful, and you can, you can help more people. The more we grow, the more we can help, and
Yeah.
that's actually what matters. And it's not just because of us. Success can be transferred to success to others, and that will make this success matter to everybody's freaking existence. So it's so important to view things from above, to view things this way in your life, and that is what superheroes also can show you, that is
Mm-hmm.
possible. So it doesn't have to be completely literal to go out and fly from the window. It could be things like that seem small, or people don't get them or whatever, but they could change lives.
Mm-hmm.
And
Indeed.
you spreading the love, and you teaching others, hey, we can actually make a difference if we help each other. And that is so great, and we should never forget how we started, what we went through, how much we suffered, fought for this, and what are the results. And then when we teach somebody else, we can also make those people appreciate everything
Mm.
that our success entailed, because only very few people actually reach this in general.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving this as an example. Obviously, we can be amazing in many other instances in life, like we try to help the animals, we discussed in all those things, whatever feels that is right for you, whatever is your thing. Obviously, we can't be everywhere and help everyone about everything, but we can help at least those things. I mean, like animals or whatever other people that deserve it. Really, we can focus our energy there and at least make a difference one or two or three
Mm.
places, but at least we're doing that and it's good. Like it's pure positive thing that is a built energy, a creative energy, and it's not a ruin, it's not a destructive energy. It's literally good. So so that is why me and Logan really wanted to explore a lot of what superheroes are, what they actually bring, and
Yeah.
how even though they're fiction, they're creating real life consequences for many, many people and direct their lives to have careers that shape the world, just like with the story of Michael Uslan,
Mm.
who like his whole life was about how he loved comic books and superheroes, one in particular, the most, Batman. He just clicked more with Batman the way that I'm clicking with Superman a lot
Yeah.
more. And he created his whole life around that. And fast forward, we have an actual movie with freaking Batman
Looking back, yeah,
presented not as a joke, but as
yeah.
a real uh, tangible, amazing, badass guy on the screen who kicked ass. The real vision for Batman put to screen for what it was possible back then. I would say not fully, of course, realized, but that those are different times. But he did. Like the fundamental thing which was important, and that was presenting Batman as a real, serious superhero. And then, the whole Hollywood was like, oh, well,
Mm.
now it can make superheroes like serious and not
Yeah.
goofy and a joke. And that changed the whole scene of movies, created the superhero genre like we know it today. All of that, those are so many changes that happened because one fictional character was loved by someone
Mm.
so much that they now have a career that made history and is always going to be human history. Movies that made history. People like us that love those characters, those movies, and they were inspired to have a career off of that as well, in some way, shape, or form, and we getting to know each other from across the world. Like imagine how many amazing consequences in the best way possible this can have. And this is why, me and Logan love to dig into all the meaning and everything, because we just want to showcase how things really are.
Mm.
We're trying to
Indeed.
be objective, to the best of our ability. We're trying to present arguments from all sides and to really assess what is real, what is not, and just let you guys know. And of course, you are giving us your thoughts, and that's also amazing. And if there's anything that we couldn't think of, you guys are helping us out and we are having an amazing conversation. So everything that has some kind of a meaning and makes you think and makes you just, get out of your mundane existence, super
Mm.
guys, super matters. I don't know how to say it.
Exactly.
It matters a lot. It gives your life a lot of depth and fullness and enrichment, and you feel it. You feel a lot more fulfilled in your life. And again, when you think about how many changes you can contribute to somebody's life, and what we're doing here seems like, superheroes, blah blah blah. But again, also it was Michael Uslan's mission to
Mm.
prove that superheroes could be something,
He
that comic books are
probably
literature, and all those things change
he's
because of him.
probably responsible for you being a superhero fan right now. If you saw first the Batman movie or something like that.
Not me,
Yeah. No, no, for
not me, but
people in
someone,
general. Yeah.
someone for sure.
That's why also. Hey, Mike with 10 superhero should give
Whoa,
that looks amazing now.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, you got one.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice, Mike. Amazing. Here you go. You
Mike,
putting on your cape now.
Mike,
Yeah. Hey, Thomas got one.
yeah,
Nice. Amazing. Amazing. Amazing Mike.
amazing,
Amazing
Mike,
superhero Mike. Indeed.
superhero
Yes.
Mike in action once again.
Indeed, indeed,
Thank you
yeah.
so, wonderfully
And
good.
also, Mike, just to say, the name of the character with the cape from the tick is Die Fledermaus, not the Fledermaus. Die Fledermaus, which means the bat in German. Have no idea why they decided to call him the German name, but he looked like that. And also, Thomas keep bringing up that guy from The Incredibles that died because his capes was sucked into plane engine and things like that. Thomas, the guy who made the movie has no idea what the capes mean. All the significance of capes that we just said, so probably that's why.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's why people that only know superheroes as much as we do should
Mm,
make superhero
should make
things.
movies like that, yes.
But yeah, Mike, thank you so much. This is
Amazing,
the
Mike.
first. The
Mhm.
first, like it's incredible. I will change the prices. Uh, I guess tomorrow. I will try tomorrow
Yeah,
to change the
yeah.
prices so it's cheaper. But thank you so much, Mike. Thank you.
Amazing,
Thank
Mike,
you.
yes.
Amazing.
Team Blue Line got one.
Oh, that's so great.
Amazing,
Now he's
amazing.
gonna see this
Yes.
channel.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Tony Stark had one. I mean,
Ah,
Stark of Ireland.
oh, awesomeness.
Didn't know that he's actually subscribing.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
the main
many good.
antagonists, the end, tick. Okay, did we miss something?
No,
Superman.
no. Ah, okay.
Superman did during real world times of war, etc. in the past. Yeah, I mean he was written to do real
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Mm-hmm.
of
He was,
course,
yeah.
so he can connect
That's
to
the
what was
times.
happening
But
then.
again, look at how really, as you said, I think it's subconscious or maybe fully conscious to the creators of the comic book that they say I think they some of them know what the cape signifies, and that's why they said I want my character to feel more like a streeter or something like that. And that's why I think that when they create, they say no cape for mine, because I don't want him to look like a Superman and things like that. But and again, can't you create a character who would be like that? Why is Robert Kirkman going to put a cape at the end of Invincible? No. Why does he want his character not to feel like that? That's his decision. But can't you actually put that so that you make your character even greater
Hmm.
when you create it? I mean, you when you had the idea for your character, you had the idea for the cape from the beginning,
Oh, yes, of
right?
course.
Yeah.
I wanted my hero. Yeah, that's actually interesting. I wanted
Mm-hmm.
my hero to have a cape because I knew, again, subconsciously that cape symbolizes
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
grandeur, amazingness,
Yeah.
and whatever it is that you connect with the epicness, basically.
Yeah.
And Mike said that he's just a man. Mike, Michael Usman is just a
Michael
man.
Usman was just a man, but look what he did, yeah.
Look what he did.
So exactly.
Oh, and by the way, guys, I wanted to say something.
Mm,
So, very important. I have no ability to give memberships yet.
not yet. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's gonna happen when the channel is fully monetized with the ads and when YouTube trusts us that we are a normal channel. I don't know, but I don't have this ability yet.
Mm,
But in any case, Mike, that was absolutely huge, and we have
absolutely huge
one
indeed,
more
yeah.
subscriber, so
Oh, nice.
720 somehow.
Oh, oh. Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta reach
amazing.
1,000 soon as possible, but I'm going to do whatever I can, guys. Of course, I'm gonna work my butt off. I'm gonna do it.
So yeah, so you had the idea for the cave from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah.
was always in my mind
Mm.
that this hero
But
has to have a cape.
your hero cannot fly, or he becomes like a shadow with a cape or something like that.
Hmm. I mean, for sure he can fly because
Mm.
I will never think of a hero that
Could be.
couldn't.
Okay.
That would be a great limitation that I will
Mm.
never make.
Mm.
For my hero, for sure he's gonna fly. Yeah.
So maybe the cape was not because of that.
Hmm.
It's just still there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, Chuck Norris was only a man.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So here we go.
those are guys that made significant impact on the world, and again, they will always be there to inspire us.
Mm.
It doesn't matter if they're physically not here. What they did is like timeless.
Indeed, indeed. And Michael Usman also said, by the way, in the interview that all those people that are here doing their thing are the superheroes. When you believe in yourself, he said like police officers, firefighters, and things like that. But not only those, everyone who is believing in himself and is doing the work,
Mm-hmm.
doing things to help. You know, not disgusting is a superhero because helps animals. We are superheroes. You, Mike, are superhero, as we said, because you help.
Yeah,
That's
we,
it.
we do a lot of different things.
So in
Yeah.
that ways, we all have the cape. The cape shouldn't be watched just. So some people make that mistake that they really look at the realistic thing. But if he has it, he'll be sucked into the plane engine and things, or someone will step on it and things like that. But it has a different significance. Can you step on the cape of Superman?
No.
No. Will he let the engine to Suck
Suck him
his
in.
no.
No, he's
So,
too strong for that.
see,
He's gonna hear if somebody tries to
exactly.
step on his
Yeah,
cape.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course, in a fight, somebody can grab the cape,
Mm.
kind of like in the Superman 2025 movie. But
Yeah,
that
yeah,
but
that
that
takes
is
that.
just the cynicism of
Yeah,
James
yeah,
Gunn, who wants to see Superman down and out and be completely
exactly. Mm.
thrown around like a rag doll,
Yeah.
which is exactly what happened. Hit them in the balls,
Mm.
even.
No one in that great fight scene in the warehouse with Batman and the other guys, no one was able to grab his cape.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. So he
yeah.
was that fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, nobody thinks about that when they're fighting a huge, big, muscular guy,
Mm.
all black,
Yeah, yeah.
wearing
Oh,
all black.
I'm going to grab his cape now. No, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
you can't.
Also, I
Yeah.
was thinking about X-Men because most of them don't have a cape, and I was thinking how do we Cyclops is the leader, but who is the most powerful? And I thought about Storm. She has a cape. She can fly and has a cape, and she's one of the strongest there in the group. So
Mm-hmm.
again, significance of that here. She has the biggest powers out of those. She can fly, so we need a cape.
Mm-hmm.
Can't imagine Cyclops with a cape.
No, Cyclops doesn't need a cape.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that he's the leader.
he's the field commander. Actually, she's second in command. She's second in command after him. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a different thing. Again,
but
it's a
that's a
group
different
of
thing. Yeah.
people. It's not the main hero
Mm.
of the story. It's totally different. He shouldn't have a cape.
No, no,
It would look awful with that costume and
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah,
When you put like straps on a costume and then you put a cape on, that looks weird.
yeah.
That doesn't look
I
right.
don't like his classical suit where he has like a thing on his head and he looks like a condom. Then
Yeah.
I like the blue suit in which I
Mhm.
can see his hair.
Yeah, my
So,
God.
yeah.
And Mike says you don't step on Superman's cape, you don't piss into the wind, you don't pull the mask of the
Oh, Lone Ranger.
all Lone Ranger, and you ever mess with Jim. You never mess
Mm,
with Jim. It's a song. Ah,
mm,
never heard it. Storm is the most powerful.
mm. Indeed, yeah. Well, except for Jean Grey when she turns into Phoenix, but when she turns into the Phoenix, then
Yeah, that's not
that's a
a
different.
regular thing.
No, no,
That's
no,
not
no.
Tuesday.
That's not Tuesday. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
For Storm, it's Tuesday. You know.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
So indeed, what a great topic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix doesn't count, Mike. Of course, yeah,
Yeah,
that doesn't count. Yeah.
it's an extra thing,
Of course.
basically. Okay, so is there anything that we didn't touch
Yeah, I think not.
about capes? Like Spider-Man doesn't have a cape because he's just not that type of a hero. He's not the
They
he's not the manly
no, no,
guy
no.
who has the power or something. He's street level.
He's street level guy. Yeah.
He
I
has all the
mean,
necessary qualities, but he's not
he's street
an
level.
authority type of a good
He's
guy.
street level, and Stanley wanted him to feel like that. That's the thing, as I said. They want some of the characters to feel like that, to feel more street level. That's when you don't put the cape on.
Yeah.
It's not something that not that Stanley doesn't know what the cape means, because he also co-created and Doctor Strange, who has a cape and is the Sorcerer Supreme. He just knows, if I want my character to feel more, like something more regular street level, then no cape. If I want
I
him to be amazing, cape.
I have a
Yeah,
great thing
yeah,
to add.
yeah.
Actually,
Go.
there is one aspect that we can cover
Mm,
about capes.
mm,
You know what it is?
mm.
The color.
Oh, the color.
Yes,
Okay.
because we did say that capes have they're just a symbol of the wings of some
Mm,
sort of power and grandiose magnificence, all of those things that the cape symbolizes. But hey, what about the color? So when you see a hero, they most have a red cape. Thor has a red cape,
mm.
Superman has a red cape. Who else has a red cape?
That's a good question.
I mean, most, yeah, I think that red is a royal color.
Mm.
So that is where that comes from.
And
Also, Centurions
again,
has red cape.
it's from the Centurions, yes, and Caesar had that, I think, yeah. And,
Yeah, so a lot of the superheroes, I'm gonna check, um, who have red capes,
Spawn has a red cape.
yeah, are good
Mm.
to some capacity, but when you start going to evil,
See?
yeah,
That's again from the
yeah, from Strongman.
Strongman, yeah.
Yeah, when you start going to evil characters, they're not red. They're green, they're
Purple. Even
purple.
for Magneto, yes.
Yeah, they're always something else. But red, I can't. At least I can't remember a bad character with red. Maybe that track guy, but it's because he has white
But
and red
and
uniform
he believes
costume.
he's a royalty,
And yeah,
you know.
that too.
So it's again maybe belief of what they think about it, about
Mm-hmm.
themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
But really, who else has a red cave?
Yeah, that's a
That's a
very
good
just.
question,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, Shazam has a white cape.
Shazam has a white cape, yes.
But also some other superheroes that are good have white.
Yeah, yeah.
Like those heroes that Netflix did. I forgot their name. You know, the live action TV series about those heroes that are also kind of messy.
Oh, the one that failed.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I
that
remember.
one.
Yeah,
One hero had a red cape,
yeah.
and actually Track has first white,
He also has enough fur, yeah,
like
for
white
that,
fur and
yeah.
then red. But okay, the thing here is that he thinks that he's a royalty.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some of them have blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
blue is blue is also a royal
A
color,
royal color,
by the
yeah.
way. Of course, Batman is black because of the whole idea
That's the whole
behind
idea behind
Batman.
him,
He
yes.
should be dark, so this is very individual when it comes to Batman.
Yeah.
He's not evil.
No,
He's just a Batman. So
he
that
needs to inflict fear, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it symbolizes.
That's the
But
whole idea.
when we're talking about like one of the strongest heroes, they have red cape,
Mm.
starting with Superman and then Thor.
Yeah.
Superheroes with red cape. Let's see.
Who else has really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't remember that.
it's a very interesting question.
Well,
I just remembered that on time before we finished. Oh, let's see what people say. Okay, purple, red and gold,
bravery, justice. Yeah.
bravery, justice. Yeah, um, Buster, Schmuckster, Booster Gold.
Booster gold.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
he has gold cape.
no,
Blue?
he has no cape.
Ah, he has no cape. Yes,
His
yes.
covers are blue and gold.
Oh yeah, yeah. Griffey, what's that?
Gryffindor has some covers as Soup's cape. Gryffindor from Harry Potter.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, indeed. They do, I think.
I don't remember who's
Yeah.
that. Mm.
That was his house, his
Ah,
club. You know,
haha, haha.
Gryffindor. Yeah. I think their crest has things like that.
Green,
Those
black,
colors.
silver, purple, sinister.
Mm.
White is purity and innocent. Shazam is a child. That's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good point,
That's a
Mike.
very good point indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, that's a very good
Can you
point.
check what cape has icon? You just write DC icon.
DC icon.
Yeah.
Icon.
I don't remember. Was it white? Oh, it was green. Oh, okay.
Weird.
Forget that. Yeah. But here, that's a super powerful, great black comic book hero who
Never heard of him.
nobody has done anything with him. He's amazing actually.
Why is
Yeah,
he
so
green then?
have no idea.
You know what? You know why? I'm starting to actually think about those things now, really. So I think that he's green because in a contrast with his skin.
No, that's true. That's something that
This looks to make sense. So that's why they changed the colors this way.
That's another thing that you have to think about in the design choice with the colors of the suit. Yeah.
Yeah, they totally do that sometimes. So the difference is here that he's a black man.
Yeah, because if you put kind of maybe purple would fit too, but
I don't think so because it's a warmer color, and when he is black, or you can say that he is brown, it depends how you think about
brownish.
it. Green's gonna stand out a lot more, as you can see. So in this case, we can make an exception that yeah, this guy has a green cape and it doesn't symbolize anything evil, but colors change when you change the base from which they're coming from, and the base is the color of the skin.
Yeah, indeed.
So in this case, green is just totally different polarity
design choice, yeah,
relative to his skin. So that's why.
Indeed.
Ambition is green. Intelligence.
Ooh, that's also great, yeah.
Then evil. Yeah, it's not inherently evil for sure. Like no way, says in no way, shape or form, green is connected to evil. But in the case of Doctor Doom, it's kind of use. I mean, I think so. It's used to symbolize that he thinks that he's doing good, but he's
Mm-hmm.
bad.
But he's bad,
But he's
actually. Yes.
bad.
Yeah.
So that's why I think
Mm,
that green is the delusion that he has
yeah.
towards the world, his worldview. That's why he's green.
Also, it's maybe a bit easier to see if when it's green and to see the metallic color of the armor
Yeah,
too.
also,
Yeah.
yeah. Ambition is green. Green is also the color human eye see the easiest.
That's true. Yeah. That's one of the reasons they actually changed the house color from gray to green, because at
Mm-hmm.
first it was supposed to be just gray. You know,
Yeah.
in the original comic books, when he was transformed, he turned to a gray Hulk initially, and then they decided, no, we gotta change it. Also, it was easier to print.
Mm-hmm.
So again, design choices for that.
Yeah, design choices, but my whole point is that when you create a superhero, all of those creators that create any superhero, you know, they they design those things based on their inner feelings about
Mm,
things.
mm,
Uh, they have a subconscious knowledge and thoughts about everything. We all do.
yeah,
So that translates to the screen or to the paper
yeah,
or
to the paper.
whatever. So sometimes you make conscious choices that you can reason with, like arguments, like in this case, black skin,
Mm-hmm.
green cape, whatever. But a lot of the times, it's a subconscious thing of how you imagine things, and it's not
I
always completely conscious why you making those choices.
I just remembered about Doctor Fate, who
Ah,
has a cape and it's yellow. Yeah,
yeah, it's yellow. But Fate, gold. He has a gold
it is
helmet.
the gold helmet.
It's kind
Yes,
of
yeah.
created to that because
Mm,
gold's supposed to be like the most a beautiful universal thing
mm,
ever, and
mm.
we're dealing with fate, so
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
makes sense for that character
Mm.
for sure.
Oh, that's a great character.
Mm-hmm,
People
mm-hmm.
completely forgot about him. Maybe if he was in a better movie than Black Adam.
Yeah. Also, the next thing
You
is
know.
the length and the grandiose shape of a
Yeah,
cape.
yeah.
So sometimes Batman is drawn with huge cape, and depending on
Mm.
the comic book and what period of comic books is it, he's drawn with like huge, very huge cape.
If it's Todd McFarlane, he'll
Mm-hmm.
also draw those protruding things over here from his shoulders.
Yeah.
But that's not McFarlane. And
Yeah.
also for Superman, sometimes the especially in the 90s, the place where the cape connects here is a bit buffy or something like that, and it looks really really big and kind of
Yeah, well,
yeah.
like the way that is done in Man of Steel, like you see
Mm,
here, that's the most seamless,
mm,
perfect design that was ever put on
yeah.
screen. You can never attach a cape to the costume in a better way.
Mm.
That's literally the most beautiful design ever.
And I think it should be long, longer. I mean, shorter cape kind of doesn't do it for me. And every time I see
A
something like that,
shorter
yeah.
cape is like a little ego. It's like a little dick or something,
Yeah, exactly,
I don't
exactly.
like it.
No, 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 never liked it.
It does not scream the grandiose,
No,
the
no, no.
power, the magnificence.
Mm, yeah.
It's just like me. I'm
Meh,
here. I'm
yeah,
Marvin with
yeah.
the short dick.
Exactly. I have a cape. My name is Jeff.
My
Yeah,
name is Jeff.
a little ego, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, McFarlane cape will steal your wallet. Exactly, exactly. McFarlane, the best cape.
You're clipping that. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah. Well, Mike, I don't know. Do you collect toys? I mean, do you collect action figures? Because that's a pain for us. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
Mostly
that's
Logan, but I have some too.
yeah.
And
Logan has more than 200 now. I lost count.
God damn it, Logan.
What to do now?
Yeah, it's a bad thing at
Well,
some
but I
point.
don't smoke and drink, so
Oh, that's
yeah,
great. Yeah, you don't drink and you don't
yeah.
smoke. That's
Better,
great.
better have figures. Yeah, indeed. Clemens
Aura.
has a long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, dear
much more
Clayton.
aura. Exactly.
Yeah, much more,
Yeah,
much more.
much more. Uh, Whenever I see, I think actually that that's one of the things that doesn't work in the suit of Christopher Reeve as a Superman to me.
Yeah, small.
He has a short cape,
Mm-hmm.
so I love the guy, of course. I love the movie. I was like a real superhero for what he has done. Um, But that suit needs longer cape.
No,
Yeah, just it needs longer cape.
it's too short.
It's too short. Yeah.
Maybe because I don't know, it's gonna be heavy, a
I think
heavier
they
for the
thought of the
costume.
more of the practical side of the things in that case. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
really,
it's not my name's Jeff length.
at least that, at least that, yeah,
But it's not enough.
yeah. It's
No.
certainly not enough. And every time I see Shazam's short cape, I'm kind of like,
My name's Jeff.
okay, my name is Jeff.
Oh yeah, that's very short.
Yeah, yeah.
We're talking about the movie or the comic books?
In both he has short cape. Yeah,
Maybe because he's a boy, and the creators
because of
decided,
that,
nah.
and he was kind of created as a bit of a Superman's copy because they wanted to capitalize of that, and they wanted to, okay, let's have different here, so shorter cape.
Yeah, that's definitely my name is Jeff.
Also
Length.
he's kind of more based off you know Greek and other type of mythology because the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Solomon, and things like that, and that the shorter cape looks kind of more uh, Greece or
But
something
look,
that
in
I
the
don't know.
second movie,
But in the
they
second
made
movie,
it
it was actually
longer.
better. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
they made it longer. That's pretty cool.
Because
And
someone said my name's Jeff.
yeah,
And
and they made the costume a lot better
mm,
and not as bulky and
mm,
ridiculous. Like in the first movie, you can see how he has a pencil neck. He is not as big and
yeah,
muscular as he is in the costume. Yeah, the costume was ridiculously padded.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
this is out of control. It was not for his physique. It's not like Henry Cavill, where it's super
No.
close to his physique and
Mm,
his body and his muscles. Everything is shaped to fit his actual musculature. Here they just went bananas with this. Like, what is that?
absolutely.
It's
And
huge.
because of that, now everybody thinks that padded suit are going to be ridiculous like that.
Yeah, but
When we actually had examples that they're not
this is the only
several
ridiculous
times. This is the
costume
only ridiculous suit, yeah.
I remember ever put to
Mhm.
screen. I don't remember seeing such a ridiculous thing in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
life. And I'm so happy that they fixed it with the second movie. Like
yeah,
this looks
absolutely.
very
This looks very
aesthetic.
better, much better.
Yeah, much better. Very
Mike
aesthetic.
says that he doesn't collect, but I enjoy them, the action figures. I have little trinkets and I have 3D metal puzzles. Everybody has his collection of some things, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, to me, they're the uh, those characters that we talk, come to life.
oh yeah,
So
it's
to be
amazing to hold a little
able
Henry Cavill in your hands.
exactly to hold, to
Yeah.
pose, to take photos and things like that, because these are the modern toys. I mean, when I was a child, toys could do just that. There was simple 5 points, mostly seven if they can bend an elbow or something like that. But heck, I didn't care because I was playing with them. They were fighting. I was
Mm-hmm.
creating stories. But now you can do even more. And uh, now as an adult, you have those figures that have more articulation. You can say, well, now I can recreate superhero poses and take photos and or just having fun. You walk around, you pass by your shelf and you say, I want to take this guy now and just you know, finagle it around and do a pose and then put it back there and say ha. It's so
I just
cool.
love my
Yeah.
Henry Cavill
Yes, right.
Superman from Joy Toy.
From Joytoy,
Much better
yes.
than McFarlane, like 10 times better.
Yeah,
Like the
if
difference is staggering.
Joytoy is watching, from
Fonjoy, sorry, I
If
always mistake
Fonjoy
the two.
is
Yeah.
watching, we are ready to,
Accept our reward.
accept, yes,
uh,
for being clients all this time.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't buy every figure, but still.
No, no, of course not.
No,
It's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Okay, so
Mm.
uh, just to see the difference between the capes.
Mm.
So this cape, shorter cape and padded suit, and not that much padded
Mm.
suit and longer cape. Of course, this is not a very good picture because
And I
his
think
physique looks like crap.
maybe
But costume is good.
the guys who made the movie, maybe they had that idea, maybe not. But look, maybe in the first movie when he's learning
Mm-hmm.
and he's growing, he has the shorter cape. He's still a boy, but in the second one, he knew better what he was doing. So maybe now it was the man in the longer cape shows that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just a design choice. I might be reaching here, but to me, it certainly looks like that. And I think the other guys from his family, didn't they have shorter capes when they transformed? I don't remember. Let's say.
I just can't. I cannot.
Mm.
I don't know, guys. I mean about that because I really don't care about Shazam.
No, no, no.
By this point, it was
Yeah,
kind of fun, but it was one of those movies where just fast food, you just consume it, you forget about it, and it was not
absolutely.
that healthy for you.
And the thing with me about that movie is that they based it off the New 52
Mm-hmm.
Shazam, but not exactly, because in the New 52, Billy Batson, when he's Billy Batson,
Mm-hmm.
he's more like a douchebag.
Yeah.
This one wasn't, but he's also not the classical Billy Batson because he was kind of bland as a
Mm-hmm.
character. I literally remember Shazam more than Billy Batson. Which in that case it's a problem because it's not exactly the secret identity thing. You have to know that this guy inside is this guy, and to me it was always different.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it felt like a different person. I said it shouldn't be like that. He still should behave like a kid. Have you seen the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Oh no.
No, in that movie, Tom Hanks plays a 10-year-old. He's
Mm-hmm.
not a 10-year-old, of course. There is a
Mm-hmm.
10-year-old actor who wants to grow up
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, and he has this wish granted. He found something like a machine that is predicting the future or something. That one of those machines with like a robotic psychic or something like that. That you put a coin and it does this and it gives you a card like
Mm-hmm.
do you have a wish, and he said I want to get big,
Mm-hmm.
and the next morning he got big,
Mm-hmm.
and Tom Hanks is playing him as big, and Tom Hanks is playing this big person, but it's a child in that body,
Uh-huh.
and he knew how to behave like that. And there was a great scene that actually inspired me from action figures even more. I was 10 or 11 playing with my action figures, and there is a scene in which he goes to a shop for toys, and he starts looking at things, and all of a sudden the owner is next to him. He doesn't know that he's the owner,
Mm-hmm.
and he's asking, do you like it? And he said, you know, if I was a client, or if I was the owner to those here, I would put like a robot or a car with the figure so that it gives you incentive. So he was understanding
Mm-hmm.
that as a child, and the owner was looking at it and said, that's great, and he gave him a job. That's
Yeah.
a great movie, by the way. And he
Well.
started to create his own game, I think, or
Mm.
something like that, and a toy line, and amazing movie. And I was there and say, well, so you can actually think even deeper than with the toys. They're not just the thing that you're playing here. You can actually start having understanding about those things.
Well,
Yeah.
how to pose them?
How to pose them, that they're really more than just that. That to say, well, you look at the figure and you can say, how can this be made better?
Mm-hmm.
Just like now when we're watching some of the articulation and say, well, can this be done better? And some of the companies does it, others,
Oh yeah.
McFarlane.
We can rant about articulation
Yeah,
the whole day.
yeah.
I mean, we'll.
Which is better now, wired cape? Speaking about capes,
Yeah.
cloth cape, plastic cape. I think after the invention of wired cape, I think that's the best now.
Yeah,
I usually
wired
prefer the plastic
capes.
one because it has like a shape of something, but if I can have wire
And if it's made
and it's
very
made
well
really
to
good, yeah.
insert, like in the real costume,
Hmm.
it's like the best thing that you can actually have on
Absolutely,
a figure.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So every figure that every company that is doing the capes, wire.
And thanks, Amadeus, for joining the first
Hey, Amadeus,
monetized
yeah,
stream ever
here you
on this
go.
channel. Thank you so. We are going to go though
Yeah.
very soon
Mm.
because it's very late. But yeah, Big is a great movie, Mike says. Fortune teller, arcade
Ah, yeah,
machine,
the
Zoltar.
Zoltar, exactly,
Oh,
yes.
and Gary highly suggests watching Big. Gary's gonna try.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
He has to poke me.
There
So
is only one questionable scene for me, which again, as a child, I never missed. Mike knows what I'm talking about.
what is it, George?
He slept with a woman. He's supposed to be 10 anyway.
Oh, come on! No, no, that's horrible. How can he sleep with a woman? He doesn't understand
I
what
mean,
that
it
is.
was it was consensual.
Consensual, but he doesn't know what's what.
He was in love, although he was 10.
No, I don't care. That's horrible.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to reach there, but there is no, yeah.
Yeah, he's still a boy that has absolutely no experience in life.
Yeah,
You know, the fact
yeah.
that he's like this big body doesn't make
No,
anything
no, no,
better.
no. Well, I mean, can we think it as, you know, it's a younger guy doing it with an older one? No, okay.
No, we cannot.
Sadly,
It's
no.
he's 10.
Sadly,
If
no.
he
Yeah, yeah.
was like 14,
Mm,
turning on 30,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fine.
No, no, it was. He was
Although that's
totally wrong.
just still not fine, but at least he's gonna have a lot more
Mike,
understanding
was
of
he
those
10 in
things.
the movie or yeah?
But then, when you have no conception of these things and you don't really
Or
care
maybe he
about
was 12.
anything,
I
oh
don't
come on,
remember.
doesn't make it
But
much
no,
better.
except of that, which to me it was questionable even when I watched the movie the first time. Everything else is great. It's a great movie. Great
Okay.
comedy. Early Tom Hanks. He's very young then, by the way.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
So Elder, welcome to the first monetized stream of this channel. Literally.
Ah, he grew up mentally.
What?
Okay, Mike says, but that isn't until later when he starts actually growing up mentally.
Eh, okay, but how much you can grow? Like, can you grow like 15 years when you're 10? Or 10 years,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
10 years. Can you go 10 years for like a few hours or days?
In the movie, maybe you can.
Oh my god.
Still a great movie. Still, you gotta watch it. You love it because of the toys and the other things. Yeah.
Oh,
And he
okay.
created his own game. You know, he created one of those early choose your own adventure games,
Mm-hmm.
just as a game, as a computer game, in which you like not exactly Telltale, but you choose where to go. And it was
Mm-hmm.
very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know, Mike, of course, that is absolutely true, but when it comes to sexuality and sexual stuff, that's totally different. That's just a different world and different
Yeah.
understanding. You have that's like one aspect of life that is completely separate from the other thing, basically, because you can be virgin and be 40, which actually happens too for some people,
Oh boy.
and you still will have the other life with the bills and the mundane things and going to work and whatever. But you could never have a sexual experience with someone else.
And that's kind of sad.
It's very sad, but still happens.
It still happens.
I still have a little bit of a doubt that one of my uh, friends that happens to be a girl is still a virgin. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if she continues like that, yeah, eventually she could be 40 and a virgin. So,
Text-based
oh
game.
my god.
Use one on what? Use one on monster. Yeah, that was the game. Yeah, Mike, you remember that movie really good? Okay. Well done. Okay.
Oh
Good.
boy. Yeah, you remember that very well.
It is
Amazing.
a good movie. Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yes, El Turner, that's very rare. And by the way, to Amadeus and El Turner, this topic turned into super deep topic
Absolutely.
about capes.
Just go back,
Yeah,
guys. It was about capes. Yeah, we just.
but we
Yeah.
literally dissected all aspects of where they come from, what they could mean, and why a hero should or should not wear them, and why some heroes wear it and some heroes don't wear it. It's pretty amazing actually what we
Amazing.
achieved here.
Yeah, yeah.
So please go back and watch the whole thing. It's gonna help us with the rest of the watch hours, of course.
Of course, of course.
And tomorrow, guys, we have actually the news stream. We're going to cover what it is, the latest news from the superhero stuff. I'm gonna stream here and on the gaming channel as usual, just because you know there's gaming news there
They're gaming
as well.
news.
And in the future, I'm gonna judge situation where to stream, if I'm gonna leave it only here or both places. How we'll see. But for now, there's gonna be both places. So some people, there's still audience there that's not here. So I need to spread like that
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
wings,
yeah.
so to speak. I don't need to do that for the 40K channel because people are not usually there at this time. So I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. We have absolutely staggering news. I mean, a lot to talk about when it comes to Warhammer 40K though. It's going to turn into 2 amazing videos probably. But yeah, a lot to talk about 40K tomorrow. Mostly that. But to see what we can have, there's always gaming news and there's always some superhero news. Yeah, thank you, Turner. Did you all know that the Affleck's cape was CGI in the warehouse scene of Batman v Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure about the whole thing, the whole scene. A lot of times
Mm,
it's CGI.
when he was fighting mostly, yeah,
Maybe yeah, because
I think.
it's super heavy and it's
Yeah,
gonna
of
be
course, yeah.
very heavy for Ben Affleck to move with that.
Henry Cavill's cape also was.
Yeah, CGI. So it's CGI all the time. I mean, sometimes he just has it there
Mm.
for some scenes that he's just standing around. But when he has to, of course, fly and move quickly, he doesn't need it. It should be added digitally. It
It
just
looked
makes
amazing,
sense.
says Al Turner. All of those movies look
Yeah, they
amazing. They
never
look
look
the
CGI.
you can't look at James Gunn's Superman and tell me that there is a good scene with a cape
I can think of one.
in the end.
It was a shot
Ah,
when he comes out of the clouds above the
yeah,
city and it's all
that's
mist
pretty much it.
and
Yeah, yeah,
the smoke.
yeah.
That's the only
That's
one.
it. That's the only
That's
one.
the
Yeah.
only
But how
one.
many do we have in the Zack movies? Well,
All of them.
all of them. Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. Like there's no scene. There's such an emphasis on the cape of Superman when you watch Man of Steel, and BVS, not so much because different things there. But
Mm,
I mean, there are some iconic comic book shots, by the way, of
yeah.
Batman. But every time that you see Superman, Man of Steel, he's shot from the back. The cape is
Mm,
flowing, waving around, and it's just amazing. There's nothing else to say. Love the Caves in 300 as well as the old movie,
Moses.
Moses movie. Of course. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, Superman was also based on
Spartan warriors have a
yeah,
cape.
exactly.
That's because they're all very badass.
And it
Literally.
shows
And that's a
why
good
you
thing.
need a cape. You know,
Yeah.
when
Why they
people say
should have it.
characters with superheroes with capes don't look badass, I don't
No,
know.
they do.
Yeah,
They do. And again, if you actually wear a cape, you're gonna feel
you're going to feel like that. Yeah.
how it makes you feel. It's
Mm,
pretty special.
indeed.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike, for supporting the stream and also King
Absolutely
of
amazing, Mike.
Monsters.
Yes. Thank you, Monsters.
You guys did
Mm.
like a phenomenal thing. Can't even explain it. And finally, Elton says capes are definitely great. Todd McFarlane's Spawn's character is cape was alive.
The whole suit was alive. The whole
Yeah.
suit is alive. It's a symbiote that is alive. You know why? Does this sound like Venom to you?
Yeah, because he's inspired by Venom.
No,
Hmm?
because Todd McFarlane co-created Venom.
Ah, yes. Again, it's inspired by Venom. It's the same thing.
Inspired, like, or he just decided, remember that thing I created for Marvel? I'm gonna do it for my character
No,
now.
no, it is inspiration again. Because when you create something, because you really love it, you create something
Of
new
course, of
because you
course.
really love a previous thing that you made. It's still the same thing, still
It's Todd
inspiration,
McFarlane though, so
despite being from yourself.
it's Todd McFarlane though. I wouldn't give
Yeah, but he does have
it.
some great.
No, he has great ideas.
He
Great
has
artist.
great
I love him.
ideas.
I
Yeah,
love him as an artist.
but he's not very good
No.
in his action
He,
figures or his
he's
action
also
figures
he's
proportions.
also the one who revolutionized the action figures before went from the normal 5.5 articulations.
Yeah.
He made these amazing statues with details and stuff like that. And from then on, people decided maybe we can make it both action figure and with the good details. And for some reason, he doesn't do that with his figures now, just with the statues. But okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he
But he was the
has
one who did it.
he has still those joints. What were they called?
The pin joint.
The
Yeah,
pin
yeah,
joints.
yeah.
Everybody moved on from that.
Mm-hmm.
The plastic is the cheapest, most brittle one. He doesn't clean up
Mm.
his articulation on the inside of the torso, so
El,
you can actually use the
yeah.
the
El Turner says McFarlane Snyderverse toys look awesome. Stay away from from them, El Turner. Believe me. The only one that you need is the tactical suit
Yeah,
Batman
it's
with
perfect. Yeah,
with the goggles down.
it's very
The
good.
very first issue that's perfect. You can see the chin. That's Ben Affleck. Amazing. I have that. The Superman is horrible.
It's horrible.
Horrible. I have the Flash. Kind of looks okay.
He freaking looks like um the new Witcher. What was his face? The face is
like
not.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
The other
Liam
Liam
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Yes.
His face is not Henry Cavill. It's literally like the face of Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah. Yeah. Better, we said it, Turner, but you join now. If you want great Snyderverse figures, Fonjoy. Fonjoy have a great Batfleck, a
Mm-hmm.
great Superman that looks like Henry Cavill, if you're somewhere in the Empress's Discord, we can send you photos, or she'll find photos now. Actually, you know, to see that is one of the two over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, we're just gonna show that real quick.
Yeah. That's your thing, Turner. They beat McFarlane to the ground.
By a mile.
By a
It's just
mile.
the difference
They
in
give you
quality is
more
staggering.
accessories. Yeah, the price is a bit higher actually than the McFarlane,
But
but that's
it's worth
because
it.
these are collectibles. But it's really worth it, and the quality is better, pinless joints, better articulation,
Very soft
very soft
plastic,
plastic. Yeah,
smooth.
yeah,
It's not the cheap kind. It,
absolutely.
it has a weight to it. It's
Mm-hmm.
so different.
Yeah, yeah,
Nothing in common. And that's a great cloth cape of Superman, but doesn't have a wire for
yeah.
some reason because they issued the black suit
If
Superman. They
you
put a wire
if
there.
L Turner, if you click on my profile, just go to my channel. It's a profile, but I have some shorts that I do with action figures like videos, and I have shorts of these figures. You can see them there. I just do it for
Hey, let's find your channel.
amazing.
Actually, your personal channel.
Woo, yeah,
How was your channel?
it's Logan K.
Ah, I totally wrote a different thing. Okay,
Big K.
big K. Okay, it's a big K.
Should be Big K.
I said a big one. Thank you, keyboard.
Is it going to show it actually, or yeah, it has also
Eh,
some kind of a note.
ah,
Yeah, here we go.
oh, I'm gonna
Okay.
subscribe to you from our channel.
Woohoo!
Oh no, from the
Yeah.
gaming channel.
Yes.
Okay, so
In shorts.
in shorts.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Here it is.
so awesome. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna share the short, guys, and you can see Logan's personal channel. Ah, that's awesome. Okay, feast your
Here you
eyes
go. Feast your eyes,
on
guys.
this
Yeah. Mhm.
mini Henry Cavill. It's pretty good figure. I could, if I have time, because I don't, but I could actually color his hair to be even more black, and that's gonna be amazing.
Indeed.
Absolutely awesome. Okay, guys, so we really gotta go.
Yeah. Time.
Tomorrow we have such a preparation for the
Big
morning
news. Big
stream.
news.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
need my sleep because that's gonna be a lot of energy out of me for tomorrow. It's always like that, and he has to come here before work, so it's a lot of prep, guys. So this was a great topic. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you once again to Mike and King of Monsters. You did great, and of course to our first member ever, dear Clayton.
Yeah.
Mike, second member, King of Monsters, third member. Congratulations to all that got memberships from Mike, which are so many people, even Waiko, so cool. Team Blue Line, hopefully they can visit next time, watch the channel as we can grow. The road to 1000 subs continues. That's gonna be our next goal because the hours are not that many. We wanna make the hours for like a month maybe, but the subs are different, so we gotta work hard for that. With that being said, guys, see you tomorrow. I love you and thank you so much. Hope we can build, grow, and spread the love together. Thank you.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. grand cathedral spires. Plots twist like smoldering fires. But with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms,